Our friends in Florida taking a direct hit from that rare November storm. Again, check out this big number now we have. Hurricane Nicole making landfall with those high winds of 75 miles per hour. And again, Florida still was recovering from getting a hit not too long ago.
Yeah, that's right. So let's go straight to ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano, who's in Jensen Beach, Florida. He's been there throughout the night. Rob, give us a sense of what the latest is on the ground right now.
Well, Amy, we're about 30 miles from Vero Beach, which is where the center of this thing made landfall. It was a massive eye. We got a piece of it as well last night. But now you can see the sun's getting a little bit brighter, even though we've still got a lot of wave action here off the Indian River, and there's a lot of debris that's been piling up here. I mean, 2x, 2x4s, a lot of coconuts, pieces of boats, and other random pieces of damage on both sides of this causeway. And now the storm is in the center part of the state and giving Orlando a lot of rain, a lot of wind right now.
You just said where it is. Where is it headed? Who's this going to cause problems for in the coming hours, days?
You know, TJ, first of all, this was a massive system, a huge wind field that spanned 400 miles from the center of this storm. So even before it made landfall here in south central Florida, it was impacting Georgia and the Carolinas, and it will continue to do that as we go through time, and even the Northeast. So everyone's going to get a little piece of this. Here it is on the radar scope. We've got a more symmetrical storm now with rain on both sides. It's right over Orlando. It's heading towards the Big Bend area. It might even get a little bit more strength and juice when it goes over the water briefly later on today. And then tomorrow morning, Atlanta, Georgia, Augusta, Charleston, places along the coastline there. Savannah, you're going to get it really from now and through tomorrow morning, and there it goes in the Northeast by Saturday morning. There will be a tornado threat with this on the eastern side. There will be a heavy rain threat, although it's not very slow moving. That's the good news. So we don't expect a lot of inland flooding, but there certainly will be a lot of coastal erosion. We saw that with Ginger and Daytona Beach, and the storm surge is going to continue as well as we go up and through Charleston especially. I think they flood on a sunny day. They're going to get storm surge for the next 12 to 24 hours, guys.
Yeah, it's called the Low Country for a real reason. Rob, I'm curious, there were evacuation orders in several counties, including Palm Beach. Did residents heed those orders, those warnings?
I think so for the most part. Mostly there were zones A and B, which are, mobile homes and people that live in low-lying areas. I think in part some of those evacuation orders were giving on the heels of Hurricane Ian, which was a mess with over 100 fatalities on the western part of this state. So emergency managers certainly wanted to play it safe. And so far, so good. We haven't heard much in the way of injuries or fatalities, and hopefully this thing can get through the rest of Florida and the southeast with that number still being intact.
Yeah, Rob, before we let you go, just some perspective, just how rare it is for this type of storm this late to hit this region.
Yeah, it's rare, TJ. I mean, but listen, hurricane season goes all the way through November for a reason, because it can happen, and it has happened in the past. But the last time the U.S. got hit with a hurricane in November was 1985, and there's only one other time that Florida, the Florida Peninsula, east coast of Florida, has gotten hit by a hurricane, and that in November, and that was 1935. So an extremely rare event. This is a historic storm off another busy, at least second half to the Atlantic hurricane season here in 2022.
All right, ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.